I'm a former investment advisor who uninvested from the stock market. And on this channel, I share alternative investments I've found that are more aligned with my values. After my recent post on community development financial institutions, I've had a good number of questions come in about how to invest in CDFIs and what are the risks and returns. Let's start with the how-to. In my last video, I showed that one of the CDFIs that's local to me includes a link for investors that takes you to someplace else. It takes you to the CNote website. Is this clunky? Yes, it is. And that is because it's relatively new for individual investors to be wanting to invest in the missions and work of CDFIs. Let's dig into CNote. CNote isn't just one thing. It's a whole platform with multiple products. But for our purposes, we can make it simple. If you're on CNote because you want to invest in CDFIs, you're looking for their Flagship Fund. Everything else on this site is built for institutions and qualified investors and employers. Now, personally, I find it fascinating to look at because my brain is weird, but it's not important to the mission at hand. So the Flagship Fund is the product where your money gets pooled with other investors' money and distributed across CNote's network of multiple CDFIs. So you're automatically diversified. You're investing in more than one CDFI. And those CDFIs are out there making loans, like we talked about, to support things like a first-time home buyer getting access to affordable housing, or a small business owner opening a storefront, or a community health center expanding their services. So you invest, and then CNote allocates that money to CDFIs in their network. Those CDFIs lend into communities, and you earn a return from those loans. So that's how that works. Now let's go to the question about risks. What are the risks of investing through CNote? This isn't a savings account. Your money is being invested into loans. So it's not an FDIC kind of thing. It's not insured like a bank account. In a traditional brokerage investment context, the closest comparison would be investing in a bond fund. The underlying collection of loans are going to real businesses and housing projects. And just like any lending, there's a chance of default. But CNote funds are diversified across many CDFIs, and these CDFIs make multiple loans. So this helps reduce the risk, but it doesn't eliminate it completely. We need to think about these kinds of investments as long-term. When you invest in the Flagship Fund, you're committing your money for 2.5 years. Now, there's a way to pull out some money quarterly if you need to, but it's better to not. It's not a place for emergency funds. It's best to imagine putting it there and leaving it there. Now let's talk about the returns. Since they've started the Flagship Fund, it returns in a range of 2 to 4% a year. And most recently, it's run more in the range of 4%. Is that earth-shattering? No. But it's also not extractive. Your money is supporting homes people can actually afford, businesses rooted in their communities, and infrastructure that doesn't get funded otherwise. So consider starting small. CNote allows investors to make investments of $100. And we need to remember, small is worthy. Small matters. Small sends a message. More of this. Let's invest like mothers.